my name is Jules from the Gentle Life podcast, and I would like to show you a little bit of slow stitching that I've been working on for quite some time. It's on pieces of old linen or old embroidery tray cloths, tablecloths. Quite pleased how it's turned out. Predominantly pink. What I'm going to do in a minute is stop the video, put it on the table and talk you through it. And I wanted to show you the whole thing to start with. So I've got a row of hexagons, different colours, greens, pinks, yellows, and most of them have been machine stitched on this piece. So as good a straight line as I'm going to get. This was an old tablecloth, so I've left that embroidery on there. I'll open it up a little bit. It's just a piece of cloth at the moment. I've not put any backing or anything else on it, but I've just added hexagon flowers. I think they're about in different sizes. I mean, that one there is very small, very tiny, really old vintage, some vintage fabric there. That's like probably inch and a half maybe. That one there's a bit bigger. That looks like inch and maybe 1.75. And if I turn it over, there we go, some pinks. What they are is that they're all square, they're all panels, so separately sewn together. So as you can see from the seams, there we go, I got one square and I've added some hexagons or a square or whatever's come to hand. So if I turn it over, you can see all the seams. There we go, all squares in the middle. And then we come over to a strip there, and I've done that because of the embroidery on the old tablecloth. It's too nice to destroy or not use. It's very clean, obviously very old, so I decided to add that. It's about 2.5 by 2.5 maybe. You see the windows behind me, so you can see the light shining through. It's a January winter's afternoon. So I'll pull the blinds down. You can see all the different shadows. So there we are. That's a good start. I'll just put you on hold for a moment now, and then I'll put it flat on the table and just talk you through each square, show you each square. Hopefully it'll give you some inspiration. Okay, there we go. Okay, here I am again. I've got this little piece I'm working on the table. I hope you can see it with the afternoon light. Done my best in putting lots of lights on and pulling the blinds down. Give you a peek outside and show you where we are with all the snow in a minute. But anyway, so this is a vintage piece. So it starts off with a tiny little, not tiny, they're probably half an inch. Let's have a look. That is 2 centimeters. There we go, so that's quite small. And then I've sort of embroidered around. As you can see, this is square of plain cotton, but very old, so it's very soft. And come down to the next one. These are bigger hexagons, and again I've stitched around them with pink embroidery thread. Further down again, got a square. That is about, if I can get this, that that is about 10 centimeters, and I've just stitched lines through it. There we go, you can see the back there. Again on a square. Going over a little bit, again my little small hexagons. So we start off then with one in the middle, a little bit of embroidery there, and I finished it off with embroidery around the edge. I got a heart which is looking at us upside down, but it is a heart. It's got tiny ones there, all different sizes, all different squares. No dimensions really, it's whatever I could get out of each piece of cotton or linen. So this white is completely different to that white, which is different to that white. So over on the edge, we've got the row of pink and floral hexagons. They're probably an inch and a quarter. Just pick whatever you got in your stash. This is obviously embroidery from years and years ago, which is on a tablecloth. It was probably soiled, so I picked the best bits from it and attached that to each square. Pull it over a little bit. Again, vintage fabric on vintage fabric. There we go. This time it's round. Then I've added each one there on the edge. There we go, some yellows, and again on the side I've managed to fix a strip of old cotton or embroidery cotton with the hexagons all up the edge. And there we go. I think that's quite pretty. I'm quite pleased with that. If I say so myself. I've probably finished it actually, and that's probably enough for me. I don't really need to do much more with it. I'm quite happy as it is. I like the sewing, I like the technique, I like the process. It doesn't really mean that I need to make it into a quilt or hang it anywhere. Sometimes I'll pull it out in the summer, maybe put it on a garden table and have afternoon tea. But as I pull that to one side, I was going to keep this for another video, but this is another one, which maybe I will go through it bit by bit. Shall I do it now or shall I do it later? I'll do a little bit now for you. This is a bigger piece. Started off straightforward calico. Started off in the middle as a little bit of log cabin maybe, or quote. Nothing too precise. Go as you start as you mean to go on. I obviously started in the middle. I did a little bit of patchwork square, tiny hexagon, and I continued then by adding little vintage pieces or even remnants from fabric that I've used. A couple of 3 pearl buttons, they're vintage. Bought those from a flea market many years ago, and I've done a little bit of embroidery, a little bit of feather stitch maybe, tiny bits of cross stitch. Is it focusing? Is this focusing? Does it need more light? I hope it's coming through okay. And there's a bit of a doily there, push that to one side. Again, it's unfinished, but it's that's where I am. I can't keep making quilts, can you? At least I can't. I don't know where to put them all. I've got no walls to hang them. They just end up being folded and put on a shelf. So again, I obviously like the process really rather than the final end. There we go. And there's an embroidery stitch there. I can't think what it's called. Running stitch. Tiny something there from an old tablecloth, which I explained about in the first few minutes of this podcast. If I come around to one side, feather stitch, yep, vintage button, move over, little patches, slow stitched fabric. This is a different feel to the fabric altogether. It's like a piece of selvage, I think, actually. And there we go, you can see the seam there. Brilliant stitch. I really enjoyed doing that. These flowers just coming up now. There we go, there's a bit more there, It came from a transfer. Do you remember years ago we had blue transfers and you could iron them on, but they started off as blue on sort of tissue paper, not like they are today, and you had to iron them on in the hopes that the transfer would come out on the fabric. So and they were always daisies, weren't they? You remember? And that's what they are. You can see a little bit of blue underneath the stitch. There we go, like that. And then predominantly pink. There we go, love pink. Pink, there we go, a bit more. And if I pull down the lace that I found in my stash, I don't think it's particularly vintage, but a piece of cotton. This looks like a ribbon. I think I've done this a while ago. I probably did it a year ago, and that's why I'm in an hour and I'm trying to remember which each piece came from. Let's put those to one side a moment. Strips of pink, and mostly machine stitched on, and then obviously I added embellishments in the way of buttons, embroidery stitches, but I'm not going too fast. And really pleased how it worked out. Piece of fabric there. I pull back a little bit for you. You can see the sun coming through the blinds. It would actually fit a small table if you wanted to drape it over. A little bit of shabby chic maybe. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to pan out through my window, which is my backyard. Pull the blinds. It's the time, it's about 2:45 in the afternoon, in January afternoon. Not so much snow out there, but it's very icy. Sun is setting. There we go. I'll pan back down to my piece. Say thank you very much for watching. If you would like and subscribe, it does grow my channel, which is actually quite right. It does. I get more views. That's only if you want to, obviously. Thanks very much. I'll see you next week for a little bit more of either crochet or slow stitching. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.